Darkfest series have put out an official statement distancing them from my good friend Sam Reynolds' event, Darkfest. So it's the Fest Darkfest breakup. That was going to be one of my subjects to talk about.
I'm glad, because I had it, although I've only just read the press release and stuff. But yeah, I was going to be like, dude, you got any inside knowledge? Let's figure this out. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, because how interesting is that? Like, I think about stuff. I get a load of tyres nicked. I think what I'm doing isn't like out of the ordinary. I'm not trying to raise any eyebrows. I'm trying to just deal with it. However, I don't know.
Yeah.
And yet we have so many disagreements. So many people think they do it a different way. And yet in 20 people that want to throw themselves over 100-foot jumps on mountain bikes, they also can't all agree on. I don't even know what is so
who
unclear,
should
right?
be doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
who's
this is
silly
it.
enough to do it.
Like, dude, this is it. How can you even think that? You know, it's so difficult to lead a load of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one agrees with anything.
So many different opinions. So let's just talk about it real quick. So let's try and figure this out. So we've got Darkfest, or Dark as it's probably now known, I don't know. But it was part of the Fest series, which was a series which went around the world at different stops. And as I understand it, might be wrong, each certain athletes hosted their own event. Correct?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Like, the cool thing about it for me is that I actually think of each different event as a standalone event. Like, I don't even know how it's a series, because it's not even judged. So, it's kind of It's only non-news to me because I don't think it really matters. Like, this event will still go on. It's still the same thing is still going to happen. To me, it's just kind
more
of
a gathering of free riders.
Yeah, riding the biggest jumps in the world. That's how it'd be explained. But if that isn't just a spectacle in itself, it is a spectacle, isn't it? It's not like it's not like how people ride. So in which case, making it big on YouTube or making it big on social media is just adding to the spectacle. It's not actually taking away from anything, in my opinion. And obviously, I'm biased because I'm Sam's friend. But
and also, you're Sam's friend. But let's just so it seems to me after reading the press release that the issue is that certain riders within Fest series don't want maybe new people coming, don't want certain YouTubers publicising things and loads of social media content. They just want to do their own thing, which there's some how would you put it? There is some I have some sort of respect for that in a way that like they're just like, we're just going to do our own thing, we're just going to do this, we're just going to blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But you can't expect people not to want to watch it because it's a spectacle, and people are going to want to see it from different angles. And I think that's, as mountain biking media has changed, that's what people want. They want more behind the scenes. And in a way, to me, this goes all the way back in a weird way to what we spoke about last week with the Formula One Drive to Survive thing, that to me, the behind the scenes is often a bit more interesting than actually watching the thing. So I want to see Sam's vlog. I want to see whoever, Bren, whatever, whoever is going and doing them, getting there, behind the scenes, building. It all adds to the spectacle. It all adds to the promotion of the sport. It all keeps building things up. But then I also do see that, you know, those athletes that are all about the scene and stuff like that are going to want to keep themselves to themselves a little bit. I wouldn't say I see both sides. I think I'm definitely leaning more towards agreeing with what it looks like Sam's doing, which is trying to promote things and get new people involved. I don't know. Am I off on that? Are they? I don't think they're turning people away.
I don't think
but I know
you're
it's a
off on
click, isn't it? It's a click. Like, it is a click to get to go and ride those events. Like me, I can't rock up and go ride Fest Series. I don't think, because I don't know the people. Oh, I probably do actually, but like I don't.
Yeah.
Most people can't go and just ride these things.
It's just such a difficult balance, dude, because like so much riding of jumps goes on without it being called a series and putting it in the public eye. So like, you know, like dirt jump spots that people haven't seen on social media exist. And like that's as pure as it gets. So having a series, it's made to be publicised. That's where I think I fall out of line with them, because I fully understand that they want to keep control of it. I understand that when they came up with Fest Series as a thing, it was to get away from, you know, maybe the previous events that they had felt pressured into doing. But then you can just ride. Like, you don't have to do an event. You don't have to.
The thing that sort of like, for me, looking at it, it's like, so these athletes are sponsored. They get paid. They get kit, money, whatever. That surely the sponsors also are going to want to be like, look, we want to see content coming out of this thing. Like, we want to see our bike doing the biggest jumps. And I don't think they're trying to put a whole ban on all that, right? It does that. I can't see that being a thing, but I would like to hear that side of it. Like, what do people who are getting paid to do this, like, where does it keep? You know, where does the money come from if they're not prepared to do as much content as probably necessary?
It's very difficult, isn't it? It's very difficult. I think like things like that like, you know, in those guys' defence, they probably have a very clear picture of why or what they think it is in their heads. But it makes it very difficult when you have to put out a press release with it summarised in a paragraph. It makes it like very difficult. It makes it really like hard, doesn't it, dude? You put it in just in writing, it's like it changes stuff. I often think about that in writing, like any standpoint you have on it. Just try and put it in a paragraph, and you quickly become unstuck. If it's a shit idea, it becomes unstuck. Like,
true that. Yeah, it's very true. It is. It's an interesting one, to be fair. And it'd be interesting to know like how it's happened personally. Like, is it all directed at Sam's event, or is there other people? Or
I don't know. I mean, Sam's a proper pro rider. Like, he understands how it works. He understands his marketing value, and he understands that Darkfest is not only just about having a lot of fun on some big jumps that, you know, riding the biggest jumps in the world. It's about the bigger picture. It's about marketing, isn't it? I mean, it is a spectacle. He's running a show. It's not. It's not dudes hanging out riding. He does that as well, and you don't see it on the camera. He rides trails, and he's not filming, and he's not doing "What's up, guys?" like that.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, it's true. Isn't it? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's an interesting one. This. Very interesting one. I think it's
super schoolyard, isn't it? Like, I think it's come across as schoolyard. Unfortunately for the Fest guys. And like, I love all those guys. I think they're all great, and I really like the whole series and everything that comes out of it. Everyone's amazing. I'm not knocking anyone.
Pushing the sport harder than most people. What's possible on a bike, they're pushing that aspect of it, you know.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Harder than anyone, probably. So it is interesting to see that they've had a bit of a disagreement or something.
It is interesting. I think it's forever a battle with a internal battle with anyone. I think is like how to maintain authenticity. You know what I mean?
Do you think this like whole YouTube thing and like content sort of like driven, I wouldn't say events, but content driven athletes now, because they've seen that there's a lot more value in doing that than not doing it, is probably causing some more divides between like the core group or stuff like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it does, but I think I think it's a very fine line. But you know, I think I feel as though I'm authentically a mountain biker, you know, and I do stuff not on a camera that makes me a mountain biker and it makes me authentic. I don't feel like a sellout when I do a video of me trying to ride a jet ski. I just think it's funny. And I think it's entertainment. You know what I mean?
It's more your personality as well. Then it's not fake. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It's not faked.
So that is it. Being authentic is it. So I think that's the thing that you wrestle with, really. I do. You know, I do think about it. I don't not think about it. I don't want to put out. I don't want to just do how tos and.
No, it's on brand, and that stuff's your personality, and it's on brand. I think that the issue probably comes when it's not on brand and it's forced, and it's doing it for the sake of probably more financially motivated than doing it for the good of an event or for the scene or something like that.
But I mean, Darkfest. But then from the outside, watching it, it's a really good. It's one of the best fest events.
Yeah.
I think it can't be argued. I think it's like got some of the biggest jumps, some of the best footage from it, one of the wildest locations. It is an interesting one. It's I don't like it really. I don't like conflict, and often I think, mountain biking's too nicey. Everyone's too nice to each other. You kind of want to hear a beef or something.
Yeah,
but then when it happens,
it's weird
you're a
to see
bit like,
conflict within such a small clique of the sport as well.
Exactly, yeah, and they're all best mates. Like I don't think there's any falling outs going on, but it's certainly weird, isn't it? It's not. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Interesting to see Sam become a Hellfare rider. That was pretty cool to see recently as well.
Yeah, wicked, eh? Yeah, really cool.
Really sick. Yeah, interesting. That was cool to see. Nice to see Matt growing his brand. It's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very cool indeed. Very cool indeed.